Hello everyone, I am Crota coming at you giving game one in a in a series between Remind and Lucifer. Lucifer spawning as the gray undead over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Remind has spawned as the purple night elf. Alright, purple versus gray, night elf versus undead in this 1v1. This is night elf versus undead, and I am expecting a demon hunter up against a Death Knight matchup. We could possibly be seeing a Warden, but let's go ahead and break down what we are most likely going to be looking at from this particular series. Now, the Crypt did come down relatively early, followed by the Altar of Darkness. What this most likely means is that the Death Knight will be trained, and we'll have to wait and see what type of opening Lucifer really wants to go for. He may try and just get Unholy Aura and harass with that Death Knight very, very quickly, and then eventually bring over his ghouls. Meanwhile, we can see Ancient of War creeping already underway by Remind, as he will be getting up a Demon Hunter and getting those early archers. Now, what is so critical for this Night Elf versus Undead matchup is how well you can protect your base. Obviously, with the Ancient of War being positioned all the way out here, it is much more difficult to wall off your front door. Because of that, ghouls may be able to sneak inside here, and all of these wisps only have 120 hit points each. They have the least amount of hit points compared to any other worker, but they do normally benefit by the fact that they can harvest lumber from anywhere on the map, hence it is easier to hide them, and also they have an entangled gold mine, which makes it so that you cannot deal any damage to a wisp that is harvesting any gold. Now, you can take a look back over here, repositioning those wisps all in very, very interesting locations. Is that wisp going to perhaps go off into there? I thought that would have been the case, but that is not the case there. Also, wisp have the fastest movement speed compared to any other worker out there. Death Knight has opted to sell his Scroll of Town Portal, picked up Unholy Aura, does have a Rod of Necromancy and Dust of Appearance, so we should be seeing a bit of harassment coming out from Lucifer. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter and Archer are already on the move, moving out very, very quickly, and here you go, Demon Hunter, Death Knight now passing by each other. The Death Knight most likely is just going to attack the sheep. Nope, not going to attack the sheep, just looked at it for a moment and said, you know what, I don't need you all that much. Skeletal minions now making their way around as the Death Knight is looking to do a little bit of gathering. All right, Death Knight getting in some shots there. You see a bit of evasion. And very interesting choice to actually have the Death Knight go for evasion first. Early on, it doesn't make sense to mana burn that Death Knight since the Death Knight himself went for Unholy Aura. Because of that, oh wait, Skeletal Minion may be able to get off a quick kill there on one unit, and this is taking at least a bit of focus from Remind. Remind gonna go ahead and, oh wait, nope, one more shot needed to take down that Skeletal Minion. There it goes. As you can see, the Death Knight now being pulled away by a large number of ghouls as well. The Death Knight has no experience right now, so that is going to set him back, as he does really want Death Coil. That Death Coil will allow him to heal his units, but more importantly, also nuke units while they're far away. Troll High Priest, if he can get it down before another Inner Fire was placed down, that will save a lot of damage, as the Forest Troll will go down slightly faster. There goes one, there goes the other, as Skeletal Minions are still being trained back up. Now, the Demon Hunter is going to have to play this very, very carefully, taking down the Forest Troll and the Forest Troll High Priest. He does also have now the Sentry Wards, and that is going to be useful if his opponent, Lucifer, ends up going for Crypt Fiends with Burrow. Now, we don't know if that's going to be the case just quite yet. Death Knight also in a little bit of trouble here. He still does not have level 2, and who got the experience? The Death Knight did, and now gets a surround on the Demon Hunter. Oh, this is potentially going to be very, very big. You can see that this ghoul, very, very low on life. Demon Hunter uses a Scroll of Town Portal at the last possible second, down to 61 hit points, essentially trading one ghoul for a Scroll of Town Portal. Very, very efficient trade there, as Remind also has to drain back a bunch of Moonwells to get back up to full hit points. Supply count sitting at 24 over 50 compared to 26 over 40. The tech to tier 2 is also underway by, I believe, both players. Yeah, both players nearly neck and neck in terms of their teching and their technological advantage. Now, Death Knight gonna go ahead and finish off this Null Overseer here. You can see Skeletal Minion will scout this position out. Claws of Attack +6, a very nice item there. Skeletal Minion now dropped as the Death Knight gets mana burn for, well, the very first time. It looked as though, yes, the Panda has been trained as the second backup hero, and this is going to be extremely important. Let's take a look at this. Remind does know exactly where his opponent is. You can take a look down over here. Death Knight now doing a little bit of chase. Naga Sea Witch pulled out at just the last moment as the Demon Hunter taking a bit of cold arrows in the back. It looks as though Claws of Attack +6 was transferred to the Naga Sea Witch as well as the Death Knight now heading back off to the north. Black Citadel is currently being teched. We most likely will be looking at a Lich and that Orb of Corruption mana burn long distance, as the Death Knight uses a quick replenishment potion and now stays in the backfield just a bit to make sure that he does not get mana burned and lose that precious healing and also that precious mana. Supply counts should be pretty much neck and neck at this point, 29 over 50 compared to 31 over 50. Black Citadel about, what, a quarter or a third of the way through as the Ghoul is now about to come across here. All right, 28 over 50, teching the Tree of Eternity as the Demon Hunter once more ventures forth and does need to pull back. That was not a good spot for him to be in, but with only Ghouls, it doesn't look like Lucifer really can engage. By trying to engage up against Breath of Fire, especially on a maximum mana or maxed out even level 1 Panda, that Breath of Fire does deal a significant amount of damage in a very, very wide cone area. You can see how much damage was dealt right there as a beautiful Staff of Preservation catching that Death Knight in mid-swing, as the Death Knight may be forced to pull back here. Is he going to get mana burned again? That could be the case. Yes, there he goes, now out of mana, as the Death Knight now looking to engage here. All right, Death Knight in a little bit of trouble. Naga Sea Witch in a little bit of trouble, trying to slither away. Unholy Aura giving that movement speed boost or a buff to that Naga Sea Witch, as the Ghouls are now backing off. Lucifer and Remind, all of them ready to go here. You can see low ground on the high ground here. Remind getting in some easy shots. Both sides retreating with their units, as Remind does have slightly more experience. Not that it would really matter on his second hero. Back across over here. Death Knight now looking to pull away. We can see Crypt Fiends being added to the group here. A second Crypt Fiend being added as well. And this is important. Remind does have a Watcher Ward or a Sentry Ward right here, so he knows where exactly his opponent is. And if he had done this expansion at the wrong time, or this creep camp at the wrong time, Lucifer would have ended up giving his opponent a free creep jack just because of the timing and the distance. Death Knight now going after all these units. Obsidian Statue doing its best to heal up multiple units here. Very, very effective, keeping so many units alive. And it looks like the Ogre Magi will end up getting taken down here in just a moment. All right, Scroll of the Beast has been added. Naga Sea Witch inching closer to level 2. Meanwhile, back down over here on the bottom left, Panda sitting at level 2. Death Knight unable to get a Death Coil off to try and steal that bit of experience. But you can tell that is exactly what he is trying to do here. Ogre Magi is still available. There's a Death Coil, and I believe, yes, the Death Knight did end up getting that experience. So just 7 experience shy. Dryads are right here. Are we going to see an engagement? Yes, we are. Death Knight, just go after something. Just kill something, and then Lucifer will be fine in this hero race. Level 3... And level 2 versus level 2, level 1. That is how important this Death Knight level 2 is going to be. Crypt Fiend does not get saved. Ghoul is now going after units. Mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. A second Crypt Fiend may get taken down. Remind, Potion of Invulnerability about to go off here. And it looks like Remind is going to be able to simply take this game, because Lucifer was so afraid to engage for a little bit that he is still having problems. All right, there goes a Ghoul. There goes a Ghoul. Finally, Death Knight is at level 3. Staff of Preservation saving a unit. A Demon Hunter down to 236 hit points. Are we going to perhaps see a Frost Nova? Demon Hunter in trouble, down to 135 hit points. Is it going to get taken down? No. Instead, going to be going after the bears and the remaining units here. There goes a Dryad, as we can see more and more attacks coming across. Lich in a little bit of trouble. Death Knight unable to get a mana burn off. Rejuvenation coming back over. Naga Sea Witch now needs to get away. Obsidian Statue trying to heal, but is it going to be enough? It looks as though, yes, the Naga Sea Witch will get taken down, and that is the GG. Unable to chase after that Demon Hunter. Rejuvenation and Moonwells giving giving Remind's Demon Hunter a second chance on life and the win. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.